So today we are going to learn about the direction senses. So first of all, to learn these things we are going to draw a diagram. So let us draw a diagram. So this one is the north, this one is the south, this is the east, and this one is the west. From this origin we are going to draw a line, and this line is facing towards the northeast. This whole angle is the 90-degree, and if this northeast line is bisecting this 90-degree, then this angle will be 45-degree naturally, and this one is also. Similarly, again we are going to draw this line, and this line is the southeast. So here we are again going to get this 45-degree. Here also again we are going to draw this line from the origin. That line is showing the southwest. So here also 45, here also 45, this whole is 90. From this origin again the same situation. Here we are going to draw this line, and that line is indicating the northwest and bisecting this 90-degree into two equal parts. The first one is the 45-degree, and again we are going to get this 45-degree angle. Now let us make some concept building from this diagram alone. So suppose if you are here, this position is the north, this position is the north, and if someone asks you to move 90-degree clockwise, to move 90-degree clockwise, then in which direction we are going to move? The question is, if you are in the north facing direction, and if someone asks you to move to the 90-degree clockwise, then you are going to move up to this direction, and the direction is the what? This direction is the east. From here you can see this is the east. Again, if you are from this point, again you are someone saying you to move to 90-degree clockwise, then again you will reach to the south. So if someone say you move the 90-degree clockwise, then you have to travel up to the 90-degree angle. So if someone from this south, you are on this south direction, and someone asks you to move the anti-clockwise from this south, you are going, someone says you to move up to the 90-degree anti-clockwise, then you again reach to the east, and from this east someone say you to travel again 90-degree anti-clockwise, then again you will reach to the north. तो अगर कोई कह रहा है कि हमको इस नॉर्थ पोजीशन से 90-degree क्लॉकवाइज जाना है, 90-degree क्लॉकवाइज, then you shift to the east. और फिर अगर ये ईस्ट से कोई कह रहा है कि आपको फिर 90-degree क्लॉकवाइज जाना है, तो आप पहुंच जाएंगे कहाँ? साउथ में. From the south, if someone say you to move 45-degree clockwise, then where you are going to reach? So from this origin you are going to reach to the southwest. Couch, the question is you have to move up to the 45-degree clockwise. That 45-degree clockwise is showing to the southward direction. And if someone say you to move from this southwest direction to 90-degree clockwise, to 90-degree clockwise, then from where you will reach? You will reach up to the northwest direction. So let us make a point. Let us make a point. 90 90-degree clockwise means you have to travel to the right, and 90-degree anti-clockwise means you have to travel to the left. Now let us solve some question from this. Suppose a person is going towards north. A person is going towards the north. So a person is going towards the north and turns to its right. So what is the meaning of the right? He will move 90-degree clockwise, and this is the right. This is the north. Let us draw a diagram. North, south. This is the east. This one is the west. This is the northeast. This is the southeast. This is the southwest, and that one is the northwest. So from this north you are going to say to move up to the right, so you will reach up to where? You will reach up to the east. Again from the east you are set to move up to the 90-degree clockwise towards the right. Again you are going to say to move 90-degree clockwise towards the right, so you will reach where? You will reach up to the south. So finally, in which direction you are facing? If someone say you in which direction you are facing, the answer will be south only. Like, let us take an example, or in an alternate way you can also solve this question. Like suppose you are facing towards the north. You are facing towards the north, and you are said to move up to the 90-degree clockwise. Again you are set 90-degree to clockwise, that means the right. Then again you are set to move the 90-degree anti-clockwise. Again you have to say to travel 90-degree anti-clockwise. So in which direction you are facing? So from this right, cancel this right to this, from this left. Again from this right to this left, and the result will be the north itself. So there is no need to draw this diagram if you are just asked about the direction only, but if the magnitude is involved, then you have to make this diagram to solve this kind of the questions. Second, we can also solve some more questions. Like suppose you are in the northwest direction and you are asked to travel the 25 times 25 times right. That means 25 times you have moved the 90-degree clockwise, and 5 times 5 times left. So subtract this, you will get the 20 times what? 20 times right. So if this digit 20 is the multiple of 4, if this digit is the multiple of 4, then you are going to get the same answer, that is northwest. So your answer will be the northwest. Let us take one more example. Like if you are facing towards the east and someone asks you to travel 30 times right and 20 times left. So if you subtract this, you will get the 10 times right. But this 10 this 10 is not the multiple of 4. So in this condition, you have to divide this 10 with 4, that 4 to the 8, that the remainder you will get 2. So from this 2, you have to get the answer that you are facing towards the east, and 2 times right more you have to taken, that means minus 2r. That means from this east, you if you subtract 190-degree anti-clockwise, you will reach up to the south, and again if you are going to subtract this 90-degree anti-clockwise, you are going to reach up to the west. So your answer will be the west. Let us take one more example. Suppose you are facing towards the east and you have taken 2 right and 1 left. That means 1 right you have to take from this east direction. So from this east direction, if you move 1 right, that means you have to move the 90-degree clockwise, and if you move 90-degree clockwise, you will reach up to the south. So your answer will be the south only. So this is all about the direction senses that we have discussed in this video. So but what we are saying the north, but what we are going to say this north is not actually the north, and this south is not actually the south. So what is this? So as we know, this is our earth is like this only. So you have to connect all the datum points, and if you connect this all datum points, you will get the shape of geoid, or in the other word we can say the oblate asteroid. So we know that our earth is tilted 23 and half degree. Sometimes it is 23 and 4 written, somewhere it is 23.5 also. So you can take this 23 and half. So our earth is tilted 23 and half degree. This is the north pole, this is the south pole, this one is the equator. So this North is actually the geographical north. This north is actually the geographical north. This south is actually the geographical south. But what we are saying, this geographical north is actually the magnetic south. Is actually the magnetic south. And what we are saying, the geographical south is actually the magnetic north. So let us draw one more diagram. This is earth. Suppose this is earth. So this one is the north, this one is the south. This whole earth, we have this magnetic characteristics because this at the center of the earth we have the lot amount of the iron content. So in the core of the earth we have very high pressure and temperature also, but the pressure is very extreme. That's why we get the solid iron inside the core of the earth. But at the outer core of the earth, we are getting the molten form of the iron. We are going to get this molten form of the iron. So why this core is in the solid state? The question is why this core is in the solid state in spite of having so much high temperature inside it. The reason is the core of the earth has extremely high pressure. So from this north pole, suppose if this positive charge is in the rest and this negative charge is in the rest, so this rest charge has the outward field direction. That's rest charge have the outward field direction, and similarly this negative charge has the inward field direction. So that is the reason all the magnetic field will move towards north to south like this. Like this. This have the inward. Now that now that poles of the earth is acting like the dipole. So what is the meaning of that dipole? The dipole is the two equal and opposite nature of the charges separated by some distance. This one is the L, this one is the L. So that whole is the 2L. And this earth magnetic poles have flipped so many times. According to the paleomagnetic records, it has flipped up to 183 times 100 183 times till last 83 years. 83 सालों में 183 times ये हमारा अर्थ का जो मैग्नेटिक पोल है वो फ्लिप कर चुका है, मतलब फ्रॉम दिस पोजीशन टू दिस, फ्रॉम दिस पोजीशन टू दिस। And scientists call this flipping of the magnetic pole of the earth as the geomagnetic reversal. Geomagnetic reversal. So here the concept of the dipole moment is coming, that dipole moment is denoted by the p. It is a vector quantity. So product of the positive charge and distance between them is the 2L, is the dipole moment. So the unit of charge is coulomb, and that one is the meter. So the unit of the dipole moment is the coulomb meter. So what is the intensity of that magnetic field that we are getting? So if we are going to understand about the intensity of the magnetic field, so we have to think about the magnetic flux. So what is the meaning of the magnetic flux? So magnetic flux is the number of the magnetic lines of fields that is going to pass through the unit area. From this unit area, how much lines, magnetic lines we are going to get is the magnetic flux of that substance. So suppose if a substance, suppose if you are going to this cross sign, so what is the meaning of this cross sign in terms of the magnetism, and what is the meaning of that dot lines? So that cross sign is nothing but the inward direction of magnetic field, and that point is the outward direction of magnetic field. Outward direction of magnetic field. Now we are going to learn about the what is the meaning of the magnetic substances. So why the earth is flipping? So what are the causes? So we have to understand about the magnetic materials or the magnetic substances. So basically we have the three type of substances that we are going to learn. The first one is the ferromagnetic substances. The second one is the paramagnetic substances. And the third one is the diamagnetic substances. So what is the meaning of that ferromagnetic substances? Suppose this is the magnet, this is the north pole, this is the north pole, this is the north, and this one is the south, and here you take a substance. That substance is a ferromagnetic substance. So from this north pole, from this north side of this magnet, we have the outward field direction. So this all magnetic fields will pass through this ferromagnetic substance, and its domain, or it means its internal particle or internal materials, will shift towards the, from this 90 degree, they will move along the direction of the magnetic field. And if you remove this magnet, if we'll remove this magnet, and if you come out this ferromagnetic substance from this magnetic field, its domain will align towards this field of direction of the magnetic field. So it will show the magnetic property even after you will remove the magnetic fields. Secondly, in case of the paramagnetic substances, suppose you have the north, this one is the south. So let us put a paramagnetic substances, and from these substances, if you want to cross the magnetic field, some will be move out from this and some will be move through this, and its domain will be feebly attracted by the the magnetic fields. And if you'll remove this magnetic field, so as long as you have given this paramagnetic substances the magnetic field, they will have the magnetic characteristics or magnetic properties. But as soon as you remove this magnetic field, the substances will lost its magnetic characteristics. And finally we have the diamagnetic substances. So suppose we have this north, this south, and you will put this diamagnetic substances. So if you try to move this magnetic lines from this, or this magnetic field from this, no magnetic field will pass through this diamagnetic substance. So it is feebly repelled by magnet. This domain particle rests at the 90 degree. This diamagnetic substance does not have any impact of the external magnetic fields. So I hope you have got all the things clearly. So now the question is, does we have any chances of this flipping of this earth magnetic poles in the recent time? So my answer is yes, absolutely. Recently British researchers have discovered that Earth's north magnetic pole is rapidly moving from Canada to Siberian region. So in that condition, the scientists have to modify the whole magnetic model of the world. So this can be a very big challenges also. So this is it